Although it's not the only method available, during this tutorial we are going to demonstrate the recommended method for defining access states for input objects in your forms. We recommend this method because it works very well for simple and more complex forms. The general principle is to restrict access to input objects for all workflow stages and all user roles, then set exceptions to this rule and allow access for specific stage and role combinations. We always start with the general restrictive rule by ensuring that you have all workflow stages and user roles selected in the Object Overview panel on the left. Select the input object that you want to work with, and in that object's access properties panel, select the state that you want this object to take on as a general rule. Remember that a restriction is always recommended here, so choose hidden, disabled, or, as we will in this example, read only. Note the icons that are visible on the object. These are object markers that are only visible to the designer of the form, and they indicate the state that has been selected. The padlock icon is used for read only, but you will see others later for hidden, disabled, and normal. Once that general restrictive state has been put in place, we now need to consider the exception or exceptions to this general state rule. In this example, we would want the user that is completing the new request to be able to enter and modify the data in this field. To do this, first select the new request stage in the stage drop-down, then select the normal state in the object's access state drop-down. The tick icon is used for normal. We don't have to apply our access rules object by object. If we have a number of objects with exactly the same rules, we can select them together and apply the rule in one step. In this example, the other 5 objects in the same group will have the same rules. Using the Control key, select the objects together with the mouse left click. Once again, do remember to start with the stage and role both set as all in the object's overview. Set the general state as read only. Select the new request stage, which is the exception to the rule, and set the state to normal. It's very important to understand that roles are only defined as part of the notify command. That's why when we are setting our exception to the general rule at the default stage, or new request in this example, we must leave the role selection as all. And that's because there are no roles defined when the form instance is initially opened or created at the default stage. In other tutorial videos, we will look at more examples of setting access rules in the forms.